Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying close attention to what's happening around the 49ers lately, you've probably caught wind of some significant moves that are shaping this team's future. The latest and perhaps most impactful one is the acquisition of Brian Robinson Jr. from the Washington Commanders. This isn't just a minor addition, it's a statement, a clear sign that the 49ers are serious about bolstering their running back room, especially after a season fraught with injuries and uncertainties. And let's be honest, this move has some layers to it, some underlying stories that might not be immediately obvious but are just as important. First off, bringing Robinson into the fold is a strategic move. The 49ers have been struggling at the running back position, particularly when injuries hit. Christian McCaffrey, as we all know, is a superstar, a true game changer, but even he needs a reliable backup and rotational options to stay fresh and effective throughout the grueling NFL season. Robinson, with his physical style and proven ability to run between the tackles, provides that much-needed insurance policy. He's a guy who's shown flashes in Washington, capable of pounding the ball and making tough yards, and now he's stepping into a system that can maximize his strengths. Plus, the fact that the Commanders are paying $25 million of Robinson's salary shows how much they value him, and it's a clear indication that the 49ers didn't have to break the bank to bring him over. They only sent a 6th-round pick for 2026, a pretty low-cost investment for what could become a key piece of their offense. But here's where it gets even more interesting, and this is what I want you to really think about. The trade for Robinson isn't just about adding a talented running back. It's also a bit of a confession from the 49ers. You see, it hints that they regret trading away Jordan Mason. Now I know some fans might say, wait, what? Mason was a good prospect, but Robinson is more experienced, more proven. And yeah, that's true. But the underlying message here is that the 49ers, in some way, are acknowledging that they might have made a mistake letting Mason go. Because when they traded Mason to the Vikings, it was more than just about clearing cap space or adding draft capital. It was a move driven by necessity, a move that signaled they wanted to explore other options, maybe even a little desperation. And let's not forget, the draft capital used to trade Mason away, a second-round tender, was not trivial. It cost them a lot in potential future earnings and cap space. They did this to keep their options open, to prevent other teams from swooping in and stealing Mason away. But now, with Robinson in the picture, it's as if the 49ers are saying, okay, maybe we should have kept Mason all along. Because Mason, despite being an unproven commodity in some ways, has shown promise. He's a player who fits in the system, who has a good rapport with the team, and more importantly, he's cost-effective. The $4 million he was projected to earn in 2025 after the second-round tender is a lot of money, especially for a player who's still developing and learning the nuances of the NFL. And here's where things get even more nuanced. The reason Mason was worth $4 million isn't just because of his talent. It's because the 49ers placed that second-round tender to prevent other teams from signing him without giving up a hefty price. That's a smart strategic move, but it also reveals that the 49ers valued Mason enough to want to keep him. They protected him in a way that shows they see potential in him. So, when they traded him away, it wasn't just about getting a draft pick. It was about making a calculated decision, one that now appears to be a bit questionable in hindsight. And that's the fascinating part. The decision to trade Mason wasn't just a move to free up cap space or to acquire a draft pick. It was a move that, in retrospect, might have been premature or even a mistake. Because Mason's ceiling isn't fully known yet, and he's demonstrated enough to suggest he could be a vital piece in the 49ers' backfield. His familiarity with the system, his style of running, it all fits perfectly with what the team wants to do on offense. The fact that the 49ers are now acquiring Robinson, a player who's more of a known quantity, could be seen as a sign that they're trying to cover their bases, but it also points to a possible regret over letting Mason go. And let's talk about the other side of this coin. Robinson's arrival might be viewed as a temporary fix, a stopgap until the team can evaluate exactly how Mason develops in Minnesota or until they find a better long-term solution. But right now, Mason is back on the third spot on the depth chart, behind Robinson and McCaffrey. That's a tough pill for Mason, and it's a clear indication that the 49ers are still uncertain about whether Robinson will be the answer they hoped for. They want to see how he performs over the next few games, how well he meshes with the offense, and whether he can be a dependable option in the postseason. If Robinson struggles, or if Mason continues to develop in Minnesota, the team might find itself revisiting some tough questions about its running back strategy. Financially, the story gets even more intriguing. The second-round tender placed on Mason was a strategic move to buy time, to prevent other teams from swooping in and grabbing him cheaply. It was a smart move, one that gave the 49ers leverage and flexibility. But it also meant they had to pay a premium for his rights, which is why he was set to make over $5 million in 2025. If they had decided to keep Mason, the team might have just re-signed him to a smaller extension, similar to what they did with John Jennings last year. But instead, they chose to let him go, possibly because they felt that Robinson's veteran presence and skill set would be more beneficial in the immediate term. And now, with Robinson in, the team's strategy has shifted. They're clearly betting on him, hoping he can step into a bigger role quickly. But that also puts a lot of pressure on Robinson, especially since he's still relatively new to the team, the system, and the NFC West. The 49ers are known for their meticulous planning, their focus on roster versatility, but this move shows that they're also willing to adapt quickly, even if it means perhaps second-guessing some of their previous decisions. It's a gamble, yes, but one that could pay off if Robinson proves to be a reliable, consistent contributor down the stretch. Let's not forget the broader picture here. The 49ers are in a unique position this season. They're a team with a high-powered offense, led by the incredible Christian McCaffrey, who's been one of the most dominant players in the league when healthy. The addition of Robinson adds another layer of depth, giving Kyle Shanahan more options to keep McCaffrey fresh and avoid overexposing him. It also provides a safety net if McCaffrey gets injured again, something that's always a concern with such a workload. And the defense, which has been solid, is still a major factor in the team's overall success. But it's the offense that really drives the 49ers' Super Bowl aspirations, and every piece added or moved around that unit can make a huge difference. The coaching staff, led by Shanahan, is known for its creative play calling and ability to adapt to personnel changes, but the decisions they make in the backfield will be critical. The chemistry between McCaffrey and whoever lines up behind him will determine how explosive this offense can be in the postseason. Now, bringing Robinson into the mix also signals something about the team's future. The 49ers are always looking for ways to build a team that can contend year after year. The fact that they're willing to make this trade and invest in a player like Robinson shows their commitment to staying competitive, to having a reliable running game, and to giving their quarterback, whoever that might be, the best possible support. It's a testament to their organizational philosophy, always improving, always adjusting, and never settling for less than the best. Of course, there are still questions. Will Robinson be the missing piece the 49ers need? Can he adapt quickly enough to become an integral part of the offense? And what does this say about Mason's future? Is he simply a casualty of the team's desire to upgrade, or is there still a chance that Mason could return or find a new home where he can thrive? These are the questions fans are asking right now, and the answers will unfold over the next few weeks. And let's keep in mind that this isn't just about this season. The NFL is a league where roster moves, injuries, and strategic gambles can change everything in a heartbeat. The 49ers are acutely aware of that, and this move underscores their willingness to act quickly, to make bold decisions when it counts. They're building a team that's not just talented, but also resilient and adaptable, qualities that are essential when aiming for a Super Bowl title. So, in summary, the acquisition of Brian Robinson Jr. is a significant development for the 49ers, a move that speaks volumes about their current strategy their acknowledgement of past mistakes, and their relentless pursuit of excellence. It's a story of strategic planning, of evaluating talent, and of adjusting to the unpredictable nature of the NFL. The road ahead is still long, and the NFC West is as competitive as ever. But with these latest moves, the 49ers are signaling that they're here to compete at the highest level, ready to take on any challenge that comes their way. Whether Robinson becomes the breakout star or Mason finds his way back into the fold, one thing is for sure, the 49ers are not backing down, and their fans should be more excited than ever about what's to come. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest San Francisco 49ers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this move? Do you think Robinson will be the answer to their running back issues? Or are you still holding out hope that Mason will seize an opportunity in Minnesota and make a comeback? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion matters so much to us and to the San Francisco 49ers. This is a team that always keeps us on the edge of our seats, and these roster moves are just the latest chapter in what's shaping up to be an exciting season. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and everything you need to stay ahead of the game in the NFL. So stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep this 49ers family growing stronger every day.